For this episode of Mealtime at Disneyland, I have to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to do this. Ridiculous. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Mealtime at Disneyland. Today is December 11th, 2015, which means that today is one of the designated candy cane making days at the Disneyland Resort. Basically, we're going to be getting ourselves a candy cane. Well, we're hoping to get a candy cane because these are so popular and they only make a limited amount whenever they post saying that they're going to be making a candy cane. So today's one of the days. I looked at the schedule and they keep saying that for most of the days that in order for them to be making candy canes, there were some hours where they will be doing special magic hours, or the extra magic hours for the Disneyland hotels, so that wasn't really going to help me out. But today of all days, the day before my birthday, they have the candy cane making at 8 a.m. It literally takes me about an hour and a half for me to get over from my house to Disneyland, and we're going to see if we can try to get there before everybody starts flooding the gates, and oh, my eyes are itching for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, let's see if we can try to get a candy cane. Alright, so we're here, and here come the cast members. They're walking up to their registers right now. So, there's the monorail. Monorail orange. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, come on in, folks.
Alright, off to our destination. Woo! I think I know where these people are going. They're going to the candy store. Woo! This is like the marathon. Sweet. Nice.
I don't have the advertisement.
We know.
These are going to be for handmade candy canes. Awesome. I like how you guys are in a line that no one knows. Just one.
Alright, so the line is really long back there. And there they are. All three of these guys were in a very cool YouTube video. I'll post the link down below. There they are. The candy canes are right there. Oh look, they're making more right now, see? That is so cool. So he makes like a big block and they make it into small sections. Look, he's gonna make the curve in there right now. That is so cool.
What are you doing? They're making candy canes. Look. You see? Yeah.
So he's got the block behind this area here. See how he's rolling it? That is really cool.
He gives it to the next guy, he weighs it, make sure they're all the same.
Some of these guys have been doing it for over 30 years, which is amazing.
Oh, wow.
So they put all of the ingredients in that container right there and they cook it at a really high temperature and it creates like this yellow glob that they have to crystallize. There's like a hook on the other side of this wall over here where they start like stretching it out and it crystallizes and turns all white. It's really cool. You can see it in the video that I posted down in the description box. And once they crystallize it, that's when they add in the peppermint flavor and then they cut off sections of the candy canes to make the red and green stripes, and they roll it up into that big block that's over there where he's over there rolling it up, and it takes about a couple of hours to produce all these candy canes. And they roll them up right there, put the hook in, and there you go.
He's got that giant one in front of him.
right here in this little kitchen right here. This is so cool. So here are the other dates as to when you can get a candy cane. The 13th, 15th, 18th, and 24th of December at the Candy Palace. Plus there's also dates for the Trolley treats, the 12th, the 14th, 16th, 19th, and 25th. And then that's it. That is awesome. They let me keep one of their signs that they post outside around the park. That is so cool. Thank you, Disney, so much for that. So sweet. That is awesome. Even has a special, oh, looks like almost like a greetings card. That is so awesome. Thank you, Disney Parks. That was really nice of that cast member let me have this. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. The candy cane, the Disneyland candy cane. Now, just to let you know, I'm not going to actually eat it because I want to save it for part of my display. But here it is, the official Disneyland handmade candy cane. There it, whoa, it's solid. Wow, hold on. Oh my gosh. I can smell the peppermint right now. Wow, that is so cool. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. There it is. The famous Disneyland candy cane. Boy, you can really smell the peppermint. Woo-wee, that is good. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can get these on select days of when they can make the candy canes. This is obviously one of them. This is something that I've been waiting to do for a year or two now. But, yep, there it is. I'd say it's about maybe a foot long, maybe longer if it was straight, but it's pretty long. Gosh, that is so gorgeous. It's one of the best items to get here during the holiday season. And yeah, I'm so glad that I got this. Alright everybody, well that is it for today's episode of Mealtime in Disneyland. This obviously for me is very cool, so I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time here on the Disneyland video series. Bye bye! Hey there you guys, just a very quick side note before the video ends. If you're planning on getting one of the special Disneyland candy canes, I advise you to get to the parks very early. Like I mentioned in today's video, I got to the parks around 7:45 and I left the house around 6. So yeah, that was a pretty good amount of time for me to be able to get to the parks. They opened the park maybe 10 minutes before it actually opened, which was 8 o'clock. And they allowed everybody to come in. Oh, and I know that several people did this, and I did it too, I'll admit it. But do not run in Disneyland. Even if you're going to get a candy cane, don't worry. If you're at the front gate, you're definitely going to get a candy cane. I literally was like maybe two people. There was like 2 people ahead of me, but I was able to get in and get my candy cane and get out of there. There was definitely a lot of people that wanted to get a candy cane. Like literally when I left the Candy Palace, there was a huge line. I very much doubt that everybody was able to get a candy cane. Now, here's something else you need to keep in mind. Sometimes the parks have special magic hours or extra magic hours for the Disneyland hotel guests. So in other words, Disneyland may open at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, but Disney California Adventure will open at 8. So basically, the guests will get in an hour early before the general public comes in to experience their fun at Disneyland. So I do not know if the Disneyland hotel guests will be able to get a candy cane during the special magic hours or not. They may just wait for everybody else to show up. But again, I do not know, so I can't promise you that. So still, my advice for you is to get to the parks very early so you can at least get somewhat close to the gates, the front gates that is, and they'll raise your chances of actually getting a candy cane. I made the mistake of getting on the other side of the park and having to literally walk all the way around Main Street to the Main Street station on the right-hand side instead of on the left-hand side and, cross over onto the other side of the street to get to the Candy Palace. So, but I came off of Harbor Boulevard, so that was mistake number 1 for me. I was still able to get a candy cane even though I ran through the park. Do not run. It's one of their rules. Unfortunately, I broke it. I had one of the cast members yell at me. One other thing I want to mention is that they may or may not make 2 batches per selected day as to when they're making the candy canes. And I say that because on certain days they may only make one batch of candy canes. There have been times where they've been able to make 2 batches, and there are times where they'll have another setup where you can get a wristband and another time. And also there's a cutoff date as to when, or cutoff time as to when you can get your candy cane. It's around 4 to 5 o'clock. I think it's actually at 4:30 when they say, okay, you missed your time to get your candy cane, now we're going to sell it to the general public. If you miss your deadline by 4:30, then you could probably still get it, but the price will go up. So I advise you to get it as soon as possible and be very careful with it because it is fragile. Yes, it is a solid candy, but it is still fragile. But if you want to save it, definitely be careful with it. Oh, and by the way, a couple of years ago, I actually got a different type of candy cane. It was red. I actually have it right here on my bed. This is my very first candy cane. Now, I thought originally that this was the one that they made at the park, but it's not. I can tell you why. Because, first of all, they have a barcode on there, plus they have, it says handcrafted, but I don't think this was made in the park. I think it was made somewhere else. But as you can see, the differences here, this was white instead of red. And look at that, I can make a heart with this. Alright, so that is awesome. I meant to get a candy cane last year, but you know what, the timing was just off. And thankfully I was able to get my hands on the official Disneyland candy cane, which have been made at Disneyland for over 30 years, maybe more. Yeah, so there they are. Pretty cool. Alright, that is it for the video, guys. See you guys next time here on the Disneyland video series.
Candy cane!